Next up on the show, I'd like to welcome another one of our founders of Team 1099, Susan Troop of the Guidance Department here at Brookfield High School. Welcome to the show.
Oh, glad to be here, Anthony.
Thank you. So how have you seen Team 1099 impact the school community?
Well, that's an interesting question. As we started advertising to students and to faculty that we were recruiting, looking for students that wanted to join. And then once we started, we had to start raising money. So through so many of our different fundraisers, students and faculty have become aware of us. We've done everything from selling water at dances to raffles and everything. So it's just kind of moved along. We also got a lot of publicity in the newspapers, which expanded out into the community. And then from there, we've also done things out in the community. For example, our robot has been on the Lions Parade that's held on Memorial Day. We've also, in the beginning, we were also asked, we did presentations all over the place, like WestCon in the library. We did some presentations at Naugatuck Valley Community College. We've done some for the Housatonic Community Development Center. A lot of community outreach, and it's been great to get more and more people aware about FIRST and about what FIRST is all about, and to meet our team members. And one other thing we do is, like with Huckleberry, we reach out to the young students by doing a craft fundraiser.
All right. Okay. One more question is, how do you participate in the fundraising of Team 1099?
Okay. Well, that, I pretty much team up with Donna Didsbury, and just to get this thing off the ground, we had to write a grant right away, because I'm thinking about where we're at right now and where we were when we started. When we started, we had no money, and we started in October 2002, and we had to have the money by December 2002. So we started looking to fundraisers, but we realized we wouldn't get the $5,000 that quickly. So then someone made us aware about a NASA grant, so we co-wrote that and submitted it. And since then, we've done a lot of grants to different foundations in the greater Danbury area, as well as put on a lot of different fundraisers. Some are here at the high school, and some of them are out in the community. For example, the Huckleberry Hill program for young students, and we've done, it's unbelievable. But I just find it so interesting that when you really believe in something, it's possible, and that's what's happened when we first started, and now that we've won this championship and we have this big challenge to raise all this money, it seems to be happening again. It's I guess when you focus on your goal, the money comes, and the support from the community. And I really have to thank everybody for all their contributions, because whether you give $25 or $500 or $1,000, it all adds up, and it really helps support our team.
Of course, and we have more information on the fundraising contact later in the program. Mrs. Troop, thank you very much for being on the program.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, I'd like to introduce Robert Zapor, who is a tech ed teacher at Brookfield High School. Mr. Zapor, thanks for being on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
Anyway, let's start off with how do you see the values of FIRST being upheld on Team 1099?
That's a tough question. I was told I was going to be asked 3 questions. I thought you were going to say my name, my quest, and my favorite color. No? Okay. I would say there are a number of things that FIRST represents that our team upholds. One key thing is we are very safety conscious. Every student, whether they're working on the robot or part of the Spirit team, has to take and pass a safety test. We also emphasize a lot of cooperation. The students get along very well. Sometimes we do team building activities so that they understand other people's feelings, emotions, and how they approach problem solving. And of course, our team emphasizes gracious professionalism. which is, even though we go to competitions, they are actually kind of cooperatitions. The teams cooperate with one another. We help out other teams. They help out us. And our students get along very well with the other teams. So it's a very exciting experience for them.
All right. Can you describe some of your efforts in the daily activities of Team 1099?
Well, I'm very involved in the design. We do a big brainstorming session, and I take everyone's ideas, and we go through them, and I try to take what I feel are some of the better ideas and then CAD them up and see how they're actually going to work. So I do a lot of the drawing for the team. Then we figure out our final design, and then we kind of turn it over to the students. The students are very active in building the robots. I act as a mentor and a delegator. Very often I'll say, this needs to be done, who's going to do it? And usually you're one of the people who pick up on that and go out and do those activities.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Mr. Z. Great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, let's focus on Team 1099's performance this year at the Boston Regional in Cambridge, Massachusetts. For the first time, Team 1099 has taken home a regional title, placing first place along with 2 other teams out of 53. We have competed with teams from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Canada, and California, and come out on top. How did some of the students react? Let's take a look.
My reaction to winning the competition this year in Boston was absolute disbelief.
My initial reaction to winning the competition was actually pretty surprised. I mean, it was only my freshman year, and yet we've accomplished so much.
I was extremely happy to win the competition and that our team was able to get that far.
With our triumph at the Boston Regional this year, Team 1099 is now eligible to travel to Atlanta, Georgia to the FIRST Robotics International Final to compete in the Georgia Dome. Teams from the United States, Canada, Israel, Brazil, and elsewhere will be competing on the grandest stage in FIRST for the International Championship. Although the stakes are high and the competition will be fierce, we look to put forth tremendous resolve and show the world what Team 1099 is capable of. Although everyone on Team 1099 puts forth their best effort day in and day out, one of our most significant challenges has always been raising enough money to support the team. Simply generating enough funds to pay our entry fees into the yearly competition is demanding. However, now the situation has changed. There is a $5,000 entry fee in place for the international finals in Atlanta, and there are also plane fares, hotel costs, meals, and transportation fees to pay. While the support has been enthusiastic so far, we need the community to keep the money coming in order to help us go to the internationals in Atlanta. If you would like to contribute or donate, please follow the contact information on your screen at the end of this program. That concludes our first presentation of Extreme Bots. Once again, I'm your host, Anthony Contarino. Thank you for watching, and tune in again next time.